Pre-game show. Turn on your audio. I think that you have to push start on the player. I'm going to check. Because, right now I'm going to play some clips that I found across the internet about Bauer and Bregman, Francona, and some MLB announcers.
What does that mean?
What's up, little buddy? Did I dominate you last night?
Are you serious?
What's up, little buddy? Did I dominate you last night?
I don't know if that's what he considers domination.
Oh my
seven
God.
pitch walk on 6 sliders, non-competitive, and then ground out the second 1-0, a line out the second.
Yeah, but you'd love to probably face him again.
I faced him a lot.
I know.
Most of the battles I've won.
Is it hard to not respond though? Like to not be like?
No, it's all good. I don't care. It's all good. I like it. I like that he feels good in April.
I'm at how teams guys own, okay? Yeah. And right now, it's prime real estate on anybody in the Houston Astros organization because Trevor Bauer owns all of you. That's just the way it is.
Even if they take pictures they shouldn't take.
Forget about it. Sorry.
He's 8-0 against him, too, by the way.
Yes.
Trevor, I thought he competed rear end off. I mean, as a lineup, they don't.
Okay, can you guys hear me or what? Can you hear me?
His stuff was, his last pitch I think was 97 or 98, and he had 6 walks and 3 strikeouts.
You can probably hear me typing.
That stuff, that's their lineup is good. I mean, they're balanced, they're deep, and he competed like crazy.
Talk about not having strikeouts, but he had a ton of ground ball outs. I think 13 at one point. How big was that?
Well, and again, it probably kept, because when he walked 6, it probably kept him able to be in the game as long as he did. But he held his stuff, and I mean, when you're facing those guys for the 3rd or 4th time, that's tough duty.
Okay, hi Lewis.
What is that? How important is it to get out by how they can press?
Berto really did a good job. I mean, obviously. I mean,
hello.
He threw out 2 guys in a game like that. A mistake, or the other team's going to win. I mean, you pretty much tonight had to play pretty close to perfect game, and we didn't make any mistakes. He's
hi.
In a period in baseball where there are strikeouts.
I gotta stop this. Okay, I gotta find Lewis because
I'm here.
I see you green. I'm green. It's all good. Yeah, I just bring clips of Francona and just cut you off like right in the middle of the sentence. Is that polite?
Yeah, I don't really care.
Not you per se, because you can't even hear it. That's a problem. Have you figured out how to?
Nope.
Okay. Because you haven't figured out. Okay, today's Tuesday, dude. I came to you this morning. I said, "Do you remember old times when I used to come and say I'm going to do a show for Lenny today, and it would be in like 20 minutes? Do you want to come and do it with me?" And you would always say yes.
It's true. I would. I always would.
Now you did again. So hey, what's up?
All you gotta do is ask if I'm up, and I mean, you would think I wouldn't be, but I am.
Is it dark?
5 something. No, not really. In the winter, it would have been really dark still.
So you lucky people get me for 2nd day in a row. Plus, I did a show with that guy last night, even though I was an hour and a half late doing it, so nobody knew. But we did do that, and I've been doing lots of podcasts, so I'm feeling really baseball smart right now and savvy.
Well, then everyone's very, very lucky to be able to have your presence here once again.
And yours, of course, because there's always a good argument in this conversation somewhere to be had. So let's get started. Ready? Going
Shoot
to the
away.
Oscars, starting with Los Angeles, your boys, and in their rivalry play San Francisco. There was no home runs hit in this game. 10 pitchers were used, 5 for each team. San Francisco was 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position. That's just bad.
Well, Andy, I got to see San Francisco up close and personal over the weekend, and they're just a really bad team because the Yankees were there. So I saw them 3 straight games, and there is nothing to be excited about if you're a San Francisco Giants fan, except for what you might be able to get in return if you can get rid of Bumgarner and maybe Brandon Belt. That's it.
Okay,
that is what
okay,
there
first
is
of
to
all,
look
they have
forward to
Big
right
Panda.
now.
They have Big Panda manning third base. What's wrong with that? They got Evan Longoria. Okay, what's wrong with that? That's pretty good. Sandoval and Longoria. That's the only people that hit in this game. Actually, they had 9. The Dodgers had less hits than the Giants did yesterday.
Pretty sure Longoria is hitting 210 on the season. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, he was actually benched because Big Panda's hitting better than him.
Yeah, Panda's actually hitting like 280 or so.
Yeah, he is.
Also, so I know they've done this in the past, but I got to see Brandon Belt play the outfield over the weekend as well. That should never happen again.
Why?
Balls hit down the left field line, like not right down the line, but to his right.
Yeah.
He's playing left field. And he tried to cut them off. I mean, I give him an A for effort, but neither one did he come even close to cutting these balls off. Took the worst angles to them possible. Both resulted in extra base hits when they should have just been hard hit singles. He's just lost in that outfield. Maybe if he was in an outfield that wasn't as big as San Francisco, it wouldn't be as bad. But it was just terrible. It was their way to get Sandoval in at first, Longoria in at third, and also still have Belt's bat in the lineup, but it just did not work.
They have a beautiful ballpark, okay? So they got
that. Yeah, gorgeous.
I think you watch more baseball than me, for sure. I think you spend more time actually watching the games. But I try to look at the reviews, the little game reviews at MLB, because I think, it's important. I said this yesterday. It's important to just get a look at what these pitchers look like, and it's. I'm telling you, I've been seeing some things this year. I've been seeing some amazing defensive plays. It's amazing how one outfielder can have no clue where the ball is going to end up, just being completely just running the wrong way, right? And the other guy, he could run all the way from left field to right field and just dive and catch the ball right in his glove. So it's amazing the differences between, I guess it would say, Jose Martinez versus any really good defender in the outfield. But we're going to talk about Jose Martinez.
That's a good example. That's a good example. So let me ask you this. So do you think that has something to do with them just being incredible athletes, or do you think it has something to do with the advanced analytics where they just know where to be placing guys now? You see the shifts in the infield. They know where to be putting these guys.
No.
A chance to track down a ball a little better. I mean, obviously, I'm not talking about the plays where the dude goes over the fence and robs a home run or makes a Superman diving catch in the gap. But in general, do you think that the advanced analytics is helping the defense?
Well, it seems to be helping some teams that are really doing the shift a lot. Teams that don't have great hitting, so they've, decided to employ the shift a lot. We were talking on our Sirius show, we had the Detroit Tigers guy, and he was talking about how they carry index cards in their back pockets, and every morning they get a rundown basically of where to stand for each batter, and they pull out their index card and it's tells you exactly where to stand. So yeah, they take it pretty seriously, right? I don't know how much it helps. I don't know. But I'm seriously talking about these diving catches that are just the kind that you actually just want to watch again and again, Yeah,
well, see, I used to religiously watch the MLB network. I'm going to sound like a complete jackass here when I say this, but now I think I know as much, if not more, than MLB network, so I don't watch it as much.
What?
But,
okay, let's rewind that.
But
who do you know more than?
But
Me?
I do love watching the top 50 plays when they have that.
They're pretty fun.
I love watching that. So I'm with you there. I think the defense is very exciting.
Okay, so Kenta Maeda struck out 3. He's got an ERA 4.41, not very good. Actually, kind of pretty disappointing. But he didn't allow any runs. But
the bullpen blew it for him. They
really
were up 2-0. Yeah. I think the Giants put up a 3 spot in the 7th or the 8th, and that was the game essentially.
I mean, the bullpen, I guess you could say.
Actually, your boy Longoria, 3-run double in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, and he was actually sitting out because I told you Big Panda was hotter than him. So he was playing, and then uh, they the management Bochy says the left-handed pitcher's coming in the sixth inning, so he replaced Pablo Sandoval with Longoria because Pablo Sandoval's got some kind of injury on his side and he can't hit from the right side. Anyway, so Longoria did get to come in the game, and he did get 3 runs. So I would blame it more on the Dodgers' lack of scoring than I would on their bullpen because that was just one hit. He gave up a hit.
Yeah, I mean,
Longoria.
Samardzija, was it Samardzija? Yes, Samardzija did a decent job.
He's just, yeah,
But it was really, I mean, Ross Stripling got charged with 3 runs. He's no longer in the rotation, obviously, now with Rich Hill and Kershaw back.
Yeah. Okay, well, Alex Vertigo, he's going to get more playing time because AJ Pollock is headed to the IL. You probably already knew that, but I just want to make sure everybody knows.
Yeah, well, no surprises there. I mean, when is AJ Pollock not
I know, right? Just
some sort of injury?
Just pretend it's like last year at this time. He was probably injured then too, so. The Rays, they called up Nate Lowe. He's a first baseman prospect, and you can add him to the rest of the first basemen that they own on that team, like about 6 of them.
Yeah.
And but he did hit 27 home runs last year, and
He's a very good hitter. I actually tried to grab him in a couple leagues, put in some pretty hefty bids, and got outbid both. In one of the leagues, I actually got out. I think I put 198, and someone bid 200. So
you're way ahead of me, Lewis. Where the hell do you get your information if you're way ahead of everybody? Are you like you are the information, I guess? How do you know about this guy? You went and bidded on him already.
I'm playing a lot of dynasty leagues. I'm always looking at people getting called up.
That's true,
but whatnot. So yes. I mean,
the dynasty league explains it.
I pay attention when I can. I mean, I think I actually talked about him yesterday on the Sports Buffet with Ron. I probably made a mistake by doing that, though, because if I would have not done that, I could have maybe won the bid and then waited till today to talk with you or with Cha-Cha later.
Yeah, I try to make sure that I go around and pick up a guy if I'm about to say, like, yeah, this guy, is something, da-da-da. So I tried to go pick up a player today that we're going to talk about, but he was all gone. The only team that he was available for was the AL only league, and he's in NL, so obviously he's not available. But Fantasy Pros apparently doesn't get the whole AL NL only thing. So anyway, Tampa Bay. So I love this Yanni Chirinos. This is not to be confused with the other Chirinos, okay? That's a catcher that we're going to talk about too today. Yanni Chirinos. This guy's 4-0 right now. He's got 4 wins and 0 losses. And he comes in after the opener, right? The opener came in like an inning, 1 1.3 or something like that. And then he comes in and he pitches 5 2/3. Faces 21 batters, 2 hits. Okay, 4 runs, but only 2 of them were earned. Struck out 1. He's got an ERA of 1.20. He's 4-0. I love this guy. This is the type of effector that is going to help you win your leagues. This type of guy right here.
He's the type of guy that can rack up a lot of wins because with the way baseball is right now, as you know, with the entire the opener,
the effector,
the opener, but just with wins being able to be had for this guy. I mean, realistically, he did go 5 1/3 or 5 2/3 innings.
5 2/3.
If the Rays had the lead when he came in, he could have gone 2/3 of an inning and gone the win.
Dude, he could have pitched like 1 throw. I don't even know what the minimum
so it's
is.
Crazy.
But
so he is valuable, and it's funny. I'm in a league where I'm co-managing with Ron. It's a keeper league. Our team is very good, but we had Yanni Chirinos, and I had to drop somebody to pick up Lowe, who we just talked about.
No, you didn't.
So I dropped Chirinos, but we have so much pitching, I didn't feel bad about it.
Look, this guy is a reliever. He qualifies as a reliever and a starter. You can put him in anywhere you want. This guy, and especially in daily moves leagues, where you can put him in and out of your, I just love the fact that there's not just him, too. There's a couple. There's about 3 or 4 of them right now that have 3 or 4 wins, and they're not starting pitchers. And I'm saying
I don't disagree with you, but let me tell you the pitching I have and why I needed it versus that on offense. I needed the offense. I have Salvi, Didi, Clint, and Williams Astudillo all on the DL
tell me
right
your
now.
pitching. I'll tell you which to drop.
I don't need to drop at anybody now, but I have Garrett Cole, Luis Castillo, Raisel Iglesias, Greg Holland, Vince Velasquez, Noah Syndergaard, Aaron Nola, Jameson Taillon, and Chris Paddock. I really didn't need Torino.
I would drop. Yeah, I could totally drop one of the last guys that you said, and I totally. Okay, read your thing again. Read
Paddock or Taillon?
No.
Or Nola or Syndergaard or Cole or Luis Castillo?
Or which one? Or who
None
else?
Oh,
that's all of them.
Vince Velasquez?
Yes,
I wouldn't drop him right now.
You have to drop him. Vince Velasquez, you know I love him. You know I do. I think he's great fun to watch pitch, but he is so erratic. He is so...
Oh, he's incredibly erratic, but right now...
He's not helping your fantasy team, I will tell you that 100%.
Yes, he is. Right now he is.
How?
1.99 ERA, whip just over 1, 22 strikeouts and 22 innings. Okay. A matchup today versus the Tigers. Mm-hmm. I like it. I like it a lot.
What's his whip? His whip must be
just
higher.
Over 1. Just over 1. 1.01. He's pitched good so far.
Hold on a minute. You're telling me that Vince Velasquez on the season has a 1-something ERA. Is that what you're telling me right now?
He has a 1.99 ERA and a 1.01 whip. Yes,
on the season.
Very, very good. Yeah.
Well, you better get rid of him. He's going to blow up, and you know it.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't, though. I really do hope he doesn't. I didn't realize he was pitching that good, and I own him on a couple leagues, and I just keep benching him because I'm like scared to death of what he's going to do. His ERA let's take a look at his FIP. 3.95. His FIP is 3.95. His ERA is 1.99. So this is like the perfect trade piece. I mean,
yeah, it's definitely a good trade piece. And I mean, I have a lot of relievers, but it's a daily moves league. So I kind of want Diego Castillo, Brazier, Holland,
Lou, you got to get rid of this guy. He's got a 90% strand rate. You have to get rid of him right away.
Velasquez, yeah, I'd love to. Right now I have I'd love to get rid of maybe Rougned Odor and Velasquez for an outfielder, something like that at the moment.
I love Odor. Why are you going to leave Odor? You're going to give up on Odor already?
Well, it's not that I give up on him, but for second base eligibility, I already have Murphy, Carpenter, and Peraza. So Odor's kind of expendable.
No, well, he's tradable, is what he is. I think.
Yeah,
I would buy him.
I'm not gonna cut him.
I love that Vincent Velasquez is doing this good. I really have not been paying attention. I'm really pretty pleased about it.
It's crazy
how good. Have you been watching him pitch too?
Yes, but it's crazy how good some of the Phillies. Look at Zach Eflin right now too.
He's
been really good. I think Eichhoff's been pretty
game, right?
good.
Complete game the other day.
Yeah, it's the only pitcher for Philly, the starter, that's not doing well right now. If you can believe it. Is Nola, yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, Eichhoff has talent, and I thought he was never going to pitch again because the injury that he sustained this offseason didn't look good for him. It was really like grim, and I was happy to see him back too. So go Phillies, go. Let's move on. We're going to talk about the next player on the list. We have Alex Gordon batting third. Alex Gordon is like Hunter Pence, and they're both having resurgence. It's really nice to see Alex Gordon doing very good. He got a 22nd RBI last night. And stupid Wiley Peralta, this little punk ass, I swear, I dropped him because he's a punk ass. And then what does he do? He gets like 3 saves in a week, and he's got like a 2-something ERA. I say, okay, how am I going to just pass him up on Sunday, waiver wire day? And what does he do? He comes in, he gets through 1 inning, has to face 7 batters, 3 hits, walks 2, and gets 2 earned runs. And I think he did get out of that without a loss or any kind of blown save. But still, dude, what up? This guy hates me.
Yeah, I've had to cut him a number of times. So I've had people.
Why am I the only one picking him back up, dude? There's a reason.
This morning, Cha and Easy both told me that they're trying to get into the chat room, and it keeps telling them that the chat room is full.
Oh, really? That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, and it's not letting them in.
It only shows 12.
Yeah, it's not letting people in.
Why is this? I'm gonna have to.
I don't know. I think some people might be listening on Spreaker. If that's the thing.
If you go to another show page and you can wait? So if you go to another show page, go to Lenny's Daily. Go to Lenny's Daily page. It's in the list, the first one on the list under podcast. Go to Lenny's Daily Podcast and try that chat room. Let's try it. I'm going there now to try it.
I'll tell them. But please.
Can they not hear me? Okay,
Please
well, I
do
want to make sure
continue.
they can hear because definitely go to Lenny's page. Lenny's page. Listening on the podcast button. Okay, so we're still trying to figure out all of these ifs, ands, or buts around here of this Spreaker thing. But go to Lenny's page. Phil, Chappie, tell Easy and them. How can Easy Kill not get in? I just don't get sometimes what the hell is going on at the website. Maybe I need to update something.
I don't know. I mean, I got in just fine this morning, so I didn't know it was an issue until I had both Easy and Cha-Cha reach out to me and say that they couldn't get in. So
Okay.
that's all.
Okay, well,
But back to Alex Gordon.
yeah, let's do it.
This is so good for the Royals. I mean, I don't know if you remember, but they gave Alex Gordon a massive contract like 3 years ago. Kind of the reason why they had no money for Hosmer or Moustakas or Lorenzo Cain. And he really hasn't done anything until this year in the past 3 years. Very good trade bait for them now. So someone's going to be able to use Alex Gordon at some point this year if he keeps this up. So very, very good news for the Royals that Alex Gordon is giving them some sort of information.
Well, he's a big fan favorite there. They love him there. You can ask anybody.
Doug Boyd, same issue, by the way.
Okay, I just put a link in the chat room, so I don't know where are you getting these from? Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook and Twitter. And
okay, well then, this really sucks for me. I'm not pleased about it. I want to get this fixed real quick. So anybody that's listening and is in there, you're just going to have to hold your horses for a second so I could help these people get in. I don't know what could be doing it, but I'm sending them the link. I'm sending you the link in Facebook. I don't know. I get so... Lewis, it's one problem after another.
They just can't get in to the chat room at all.
I know. What the fuck is this? I gotta... Okay, it's not full. I know that for sure. I need to... I'm gonna... Can we... Oh, is somebody
You're
coming on?
wondering why there was only 12 people, but it's not us. It's the people just can't get in.
Do you have a show after this one?
Not till 1 p.m.
Is there any show after this one?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna stop this and I'm gonna fix the chat room and then we're gonna resume.
Sure.
Okay, dude, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Bye. Shit, I should hang up, right? Hang up. Okay. I gotta hang up on this.
You don't have to.